You're watching the award-winning GHS-TV, a nationally recognized student television station.
Welcome to GHS Insider, the show that's all about the G. I'm Maria Strickland, and today you'll get an inside look at everything happening around Germantown High School. Here's what's coming up.
Ready? Pull. The trap shooting team is recruiting new members. We'll tell you about a free event that introduces teens to the sport.
Students who've never heard of it or don't know what it is can come to Shelby Farms Park and for free shoot a shotgun under the direct supervision of coaches and break a clay disc out of the sky.
Plus, if you need money for college, Dr. Willingham is going to break down all the changes coming to the new FAFSA form. And if you are an inspiring influencer, learn the tips and tricks to being successful in the social media space.
Influencing takes a lot of hard work and perseverance, and there are definitely days when it doesn't feel like it's worth it, and then there are days that it definitely does.
But first, tonight you have another chance to see the nerd on the Poplar Pike Playhouse stage. The play centers on the hilarious dilemma of a young architect who was visited by a man he's never met but who saved his life in Iraq. The visitor turns out to be an incredibly inept, hopeless nerd who outstays his welcome. Senior Caden Bolton plays the title role of the nerd, and sophomore Tyler Curry plays the architect Willem. GHS Insider reporter Micaiah Leaks was at a performance last week and has audience reaction to this hilarious show.
Opening weekend of The Nerd was a huge success. The audience loved the slapstick nature of the show. I spoke with some of the audience members after the show ended to get their reactions.
Oh, I loved it. I think it's really funny.
It's fun.
There's a lot of great moments in The Nerd.
It's many different things that went on in the play, and it was just really funny to me, and it was just a good play overall.
The moment I enjoyed the most was when Rick was playing with the tambourine. It was really funny.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light?
The audience should come out and see the play because there's such a lot of humor in the play.
And I think overall you can kind of feel that energy as you're watching, and just the engagement that you can get from a really good crowd that you're watching it with just makes it 2 times better.
I think you're right. I mean, she was only about 8 or something.
And how old were you?
30.
I think it's best if people just come out to support, like even the students at school.
I think people should just come experience it for themselves.
You still have time to see The Nerd at the Poplar Pike Playhouse. The show runs through this Sunday. Reserve your tickets at ppp.org. Reporting for GHS Insider, I'm Micaiah Leaks.
If you've ever considered joining the GHS trap shooting team, now's your chance. The team is co-sponsoring the annual trap shooting recruiting day out at Shelby Farms. Trap shooting is a sport where participants use shotguns to shoot clay plates, also known as clay pigeons. During the recruiting event, students from area schools have the opportunity to learn and experience trap shooting for free.
It's quite addictive, so once you do it, you want to come back and shoot more. So we hope that it brings us more athletes.
The recruiting day is Saturday, November 11th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. out at Shelby Farms. See Coach Argadell in S Building for more information. Make a TikTok post, earn some cash. Seems easy enough. Maybe you are already doing it. But for those looking to getting into the influencer market, what should you know? How much can you really make? Are there any cautionary tales? GHS Insider reporter Maya Logan is in the studio with an expert.
Hey Maria, Taylor Shanette is a GHS alum and social media influencer with more than 117,000 followers on TikTok and nearly 19,000 Instagram followers. We invited her on the show today to discuss tips and tricks to building a social media following. She joined us virtually from her home in Orlando, Florida. Hi Taylor, and welcome to GHS Insider.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to be on here.
So before we get into some of your tips, tell us how you became a content creator and what type of sponsored content you do.
So I really started my content creation back in 2019, and then it really started going up with the pandemic just because I was at home and I had more time to spend on my phone. But I primarily focus on lifestyle, so everything that falls within lifestyle would be beauty, fashion, restaurants, and Disney.
And is being an influencer a sustainable way to make a living?
It definitely can be. It really depends on the type of influencer you are and how dedicated you are. As it goes with any career, influencing takes a lot of hard work and perseverance, and there are definitely days when it doesn't feel like it's worth it, and then there are days that it definitely does.
So Taylor, how much could someone who is just starting out actually make?
It really depends, but in my first year, I brought in over $10,000–$15,000 just from influencing, and then it's only gone up from there. But it really depends on how much work you're willing to do.
And can you walk us through the process of booking sponsored content?
Of course. So there's two ways that I usually get sponsorships. One way is a brand will actually reach out to me expressing interest that they want to work with me, and then I'll ask them what kind of deliverables they want, meaning do they want an Instagram story, do they want an Instagram post, do they want that posted on my TikTok, what kind of things they want from that. And then it also depends on exclusivity rights, meaning if I'm working with a certain hair brand, they probably don't want me to feature another hair brand the next day, and so I get an additional percentage on that. And then the other way I book sponsored content is actually reaching out to brands and pitching myself as a creator and saying, hey, here's all the reasons why I want to work with you and why you should work with me.
And looking back at your career, what has been the biggest reward of what you do?
I think looking back at my career, the biggest reward I've had was when Disney reached out to me to do a sponsorship. That was probably one of my favorite collaborations I've done to date. But then just something personal, I've been able to share a lot about my adoption journey through my influencing, which has been a huge accomplishment as well.
And what about your biggest challenge?
The biggest challenge I have is putting yourself out there and reminding yourself that a lot of people have eyes on your page. And so there's a lot of pressure that comes with that, and just making sure you're saying the correct message. When you're putting content on social media, even if you're just a small-time content creator, you never know who's going to see your stuff, and so that can be a little bit unnerving.
And what should people, teens especially, look out for as they start a career as a content creator?
You definitely want to be conscious about what you're posting on social media. Social media does not go away, and so with anything you post, it's going to be there. And so you really have to decide if content creation is for you, and if so, how much of your life you're going to post. And so for me, I post a lot about my personal life and my personal journey, but there are aspects of my life that I've chosen not to share online just because I don't know who's watching, and I don't want to invite people into my home in some areas of my life.
What are the rules of sponsored content, for example, if you book a clothing brand or a restaurant?
So it really depends on what my contract is with that brand. Usually some of the common ones are just make sure you deliver high quality content, make sure it's, not janky with the camera wiggling around or it being all blurry or bad lighting. It really depends on what the brand wants and who the brand is, because some brands have different voices that they want to convey, and then other brands want it to be more natural and relaxed.
Thank you so much for talking with us today, Taylor.
Of course, thank you so much for having me.
Live in studio, I'm Maya Logan, reporting for GHS Insider.
In today's Campus Corner, we are helping you prepare for life after Germantown. Big changes and improvements are coming to the free application for federal student aid, or FAFSA. That's the form that can help you get federal grants and student loans for college or career schools. So we wanted to bring on someone who can help navigate these changes. Speaking with me today is Dr. Wendy Willingham, our very own college and career counselor. Welcome, Dr. Willingham.
Thank you, Maria.
So tell us, what is the biggest change or improvement for the FAFSA this year?
So the FAFSA, which is, like you said, the free application for federal student aid, is completely being overhauled. And it is, so the biggest change is everything. And the improvement is, I can't tell you because I don't know yet, because it has not been rolled out yet.
So what information will students need to fill out the form?
They need several things. Basic demographic information. They also are going to need an FSA or Federal Student Aid ID, and that takes a couple of days to be verified. So we're going to get started on that pretty soon. And then also the everyone who is included in the application, which will be a student and at least one parent, possibly both parents or guardians, depending on how they file their taxes. We're not going to get into that right now. But everybody has to have a personal email account, which is a new feature this year. So everybody has to go ahead and make sure that they have that, and then the basic demographic information.
Dr. Willingham, the date for the FAFSA has changed this year. When is it opening now? Not sure.
They have not given us a date. We have been told December 2023, and that's coming from the FAFSA people, but also from the local people. They don't know either. So it could be December 1st, it could be December 31st. We just don't know yet.
Are there any tips you have in regard to the new process?
Absolutely. First of all, we need to start getting those FSA IDs signed up for sooner rather than later, because it does take a couple of days to get verified. We also want to make sure that you are completely honest when you are filling out your application, because once you do your part, your parent or guardian does their part, then your parents are going to have to connect their part to their tax filing for this upcoming year, for 2024. I'm sorry, for 2023. And so it's connected to the IRS. So you want to be completely honest. And I've seen some situations where people were not totally honest, and then when that IRS stuff got kicked in, it totally messed up their financial aid packages. So be thorough, be honest, and get it done on time.
Dr. Willingham, finally, why should everyone fill it out?
You have to. If you have any intention of doing any post-secondary training in a 4-year college, a 2-year college, or a vocational training program like Tennessee College of Applied Technology or MoreTech, you have to complete it to qualify for things like the Tennessee Promise, which, by the way, every one of our eligible seniors has applied for. I'm really proud of that. But in order for you to access that Tennessee Promise, you have to have a FAFSA filled out. If you want to do any kind of loans, if you want to qualify for a Pell Grant, if you want to qualify for a work-study program through your college, and in a lot of cases, institutional or school-based scholarships, they look at your FAFSA to determine what kind of financial aid package they're gonna offer to you. So unless you are going straight to work or straight to the military, and even if you are, we're still going to do that FAFSA, but it is required for you to move on to the next step in post-secondary training.
Thank you so much for giving us this update on the FAFSA. It was very helpful.
Thank you. And I just want to tell you, we will do some trainings. We will have the people from the state here to talk to you and you guys and your parents, so you'll be well prepared when it's time to fill it out.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
She fixes our computers and keeps the library tidy. GHS librarian Miss Alter entered our quick fire chamber. Let's see if she can survive the hot seat.
Miss Alter, you're in the hot seat. Are you ready? Your time begins in 3, 2, 1. How long have you been at GHS?
10 years.
Favorite musician?
ABBA.
What was your first job?
School teaching.
Favorite vacation spot?
The beach.
What is your go-to karaoke song?
Wind Beneath My Wings.
Favorite sports team?
FSU.
Least favorite sports team?
Ooh, Alabama.
What has been your favorite age so far?
Right now.
What foods do you usually eat for Thanksgiving?
Turkey and dressing.
What movie do you enjoy quoting the most?
Ooh. Let's see, Dumb and Dumber.
Do you prefer social time or alone time?
Social.
If someone gave you enough money to start a business, no strings attached, what would it be?
Bookstore/coffee shop.
Have you ever changed careers?
No.
What object do you misplace or lose the most?
My phone.
What's the best advice you ever received?
Take one day at a time.
What is your favorite board game?
Monopoly.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do.
What are some of your Thanksgiving family traditions?
Gathering together, coming from miles around to just hang out, play games, eat.
Congratulations, you survived the hot seat.
Thank you.
The Red Devil Varsity Marching Band is ending competition season on a high note, placing second in their division at the Bandmasters competition last weekend. It was a culmination of months of hard work that started in the summer. GHS Insider reporter Maya Logan attended one of the band's competitions and has more.
I'm here at the 3rd Annual Championships at Bartlett Station Band Competition, where our very own GHS Marching Band has just finished performing. I was able to snag Director Jeremy Thompson and Senior Jaden Gillette for a quick interview. Hey guys, and great performance today.
Thank you.
So Jaden, how do you feel about your performance today?
I feel like we really did good and we improved as a whole. Comparing from previous competitions to now and practices over the week, I feel like we've improved a lot.
And Mr. Thompson, what do you think were some of the band's strong points?
Strong points, I think that we did sound very good. I think that our show concept was executed very well, the whole outer space thing from beginning to end, and tying in some classical as well as popular music. I think the crowd really enjoyed that.
Jaden, did the band set any goals for this competition?
I feel like we set a lot of goals to try and really aim to achieve to improve, as like we try and focus on getting 1% better every day and trying at least 10% every competition, and just to really overall to improve and to show growth and to grow as a band.
Mr. Thompson, since the beginning of the season, what do you think has changed as far as the band's performance?
I think the attitude about performing has changed. We're a little bit more focused, a little bit more intentional in rehearsals, and so that shows in our goal setting. So even in the getting 1% better every day, as he just mentioned, our goal is to just hear our name called at the end of the night, so hopefully we'll get to hear some good news.
Jaden, what do you enjoy most about moments like this as a band student?
I feel like just moments of like a growth, but also to kind of connect with my fellow band members and other band members too. Try and network with other people and just to grow more as a person, as a band.
And Mr. Thompson, finally, what would a good rating mean to you in the band?
Oh, a good rating would mean that we're turning the corner on the program. You know, we had a couple of years where the program wasn't as productive as it had been in previous years. We're just trying to bring that productivity back and let the world know that Germantown Band is here.
Thank you so much for talking with me today.
Thank you.
And good luck with the results.
We appreciate it.
Reporting for GHS Insider, I'm Maya Logan.
We are excited to report that the band placed 4th in their division at the Bartlett competition. So congratulations on the great showings at both competitions. Now, Dr. Stencil has a message for the student body.
Good morning, Red Devils, and welcome to the fall quarter of 2023. We had a wonderful first quarter, and I hope everybody had a wonderful fall break. Maybe got to travel, get some rest, and be ready for our stretch until we get to Christmas time. As everybody knows, our first quarter is always the busiest. We get school started. We've had a wonderful start to the school year. Our football team is currently ranked 3rd in the state and undefeated. Our entire student body has done a great job of supporting each other, including our volleyball team, soccer team. Our cross-country team is still running, and they're doing extremely well. And it's just been a great group effort by our students at Germantown High School. I really appreciate the way that our student body has come together, and we are going to have a very quick second quarter, and before you know it, Christmas will be here. So take care of business, and let's continue to have a great year. Thank you.
Turning now to GHS Sports. The playoffs are here, and our undefeated Red Devils are ready to punch their ticket to the state championship. But first, they must get through the 4-6 West Creek Coyotes. The team clinched their playoff bid weeks ago, so last week's game against White Station was a formality. Quarterback Cordero Walker threw for 3 touchdowns and ran a 4th one in, securing a 10-0 season for Germantown. And we have to give a shout out to BJ Blake, who passed the 1,000-yard rushing mark during the game. This game and all the games before it set the stage for tonight's big playoff game.
The hard work of the guys and all the preparation we did this year was huge for us. So, you know, it is exciting to be undefeated. But like I said, that has nothing to do with our next goal.
The first round playoff game starts at 7 p.m. here at the Red Devil Field. Get there early because the stands are bound to fill up. And speaking of state championships, sophomore Landon Gregg represented GHS at the cross-country state competition in Nashville yesterday with a finishing time of 17 minutes and 11 seconds, placing 80th in the competition. He qualified at regionals last week with a time of 17 minutes and 15 seconds. Gregg is the first Red Devil to make it to state in 7 years.
Taking even an individual runner to state is just absolutely huge. These boys, some of these boys have been working for 4 years, many of them 3. The actual one who qualified, this is his first year running cross country. So being able to run first year out and go to state is just phenomenal.
Regionals. Senior Tobias Tanui collapsed from dehydration, yards from the finish line. That's when teammate Sam Benjamin came behind him, picked Tanui up, and helped him across the finish line. That is true Red Devil spirit. Finally, the new basketball season tips off in just 11 days. The boys and girls team have been conditioning, practicing, running drills for the last few weeks, getting ready for their first games. It's been a rough few seasons as both teams try to find their footing and gel together. And both teams have the same goals heading into this new season.
My expectations for this season is like every season. We want to win as many games as we can win. This year, we lost a lot of firepower, so we're going to be different this year. It might be some struggles early, but hopefully in the end, we can be playing our best basketball.
Wins and losses as a coach, it's not that it's important to me. It's helping my team reach their potential, and this team does have a lot of potential.
The boys team kicks off their season November 14th at home against KIPP Academy. And the girls season starts November 27th when they take on St. Agnes. He's new to teaching, but is already leaving a huge impact on his students. GHS Insider reporter Mary Davenport has today's Who's Who.
JROTC instructor Colonel Frederick Jackson is in his first year of teaching at GHS. I'm excited to get to know him on today's Who's Who. Hi, Colonel.
Good morning.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Memphis, Tennessee. I was born and raised in Orange Mound, and I'm a Melrose High School graduate.
As a colonel, what does that mean, and where does that fall among other ranks?
The colonel rank is a high level in the military, and so I'm ranking above. And how I got there was I attended Tennessee State University and received my engineering degree. And from there, I went to Vanderbilt, Army ROTC program, and I was commissioned as a second lieutenant upon graduation.
Where all have you been stationed?
Well, I've been stationed throughout the world. I've been to Panama, Germany, Korea, London, Paris. So I've been to throughout the world pretty much. And one thing I've learned, the different cultures that they have, it's always an incentive or a good deal to learn what other people do in their countries.
Turning to GHS, why did you transition to teaching after having a military career?
I decided to teach because I wanted to help someone who looks like me, give them the opportunity by providing scholarships, or maybe they could join the military to get their life started if they were in an economical situation like I was in. So I just wanted to do my best to help others.
It's a great job. We're looking forward to seeing you guys, drill meets and everything. We're doing a great job.
What have you enjoyed most about teaching at Germantown High School?
I enjoy all the students, and I know educationally Germantown is a great school. My children graduated from Germantown High School, and one is a doctor now, so I know the background that she received at Germantown propelled her to that level.
What is a goal you have set for the JROTC program?
One of the goals I've set is that I want them to be the best ROTC program in the city of Memphis, and I'm going to work the hardest to get the students more scholarships and things like that to propel them in life.
Colonel Jackson, it is great getting to know you on today's Who's Who.
Thank you.
Reporting for GHS Insider, I'm Mary Davenport.
That's it for us here at GHS Insider. If you have a story you'd like to see on the show, scan the QR codes around campus to submit your idea. And remember, you can follow us on Instagram. Our handle is GHS-TV. As we leave you, here's what our peers had to say when we asked them, what is Thanksgiving? Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on GHS Insider.
Thanksgiving is just like giving thanks to your family and being with your family and giving them love.
Food is about food. Thanksgiving is like when you give thanks.
Thanksgiving is just food. That's all it is. It's just food. Just eat the food and love the food and just make love to the food.
Thanksgiving is a day to spend time with your friends and family. Just everyone close to you
and be thankful for the things that you have and the things that you will continue to receive.
Thanks for living.
Thanksgiving is a time where the family come together and eat food.
Be the food. Think the food, be the food. Yeah, it's all about the food. That's it. That's all, just food. Nothing else but food, drinks, cake, and that's it.